know it sounds cliche to say, but there's really two sides of change. There's the process side of change, and that's the thing that's actually changing. And then there's the people side of change, and that's what we want to talk about today, is the people side of change. Because as HR practitioners, our expertise is in people, right? That's what we do. And so we want to talk about the people side of change, and it sounds cliche to say that people are fundamental to effective change, but that's one of those profound statements that we kind of sometimes take for granted, right? People are fundamental to effective change, but some organizations really miss the boat on this, especially if their CEO or C-suite executives come from a very process-driven environment. They miss that piece. They don't understand the emotional and the people side of that change and how change affects us. So we have this current state, a current way of doing things, and then here's this road that Will Rogers told us about here earlier. And then there's the new state, the way we want things done, the result of the change. And in between, you've got processes, systems, requirements, procedures. All these things are changing, but along with that are people, and with people come their behaviors, their attitudes, their perceptions, their preconceived ideas, and all of those things. And I love this picture because it really encapsulates, for the most part, about change in an organization. So you've got this guy who's way out in front. He's looking like he's really running. He's the guy that got it right out of the gate. He understood the change. He saw the need for it. He understood that it was a good thing, and he's all gung-ho and ready for it, and he's out leading the pack. Then you've got a few others that are just kind of, they kind of got a good start too. They're in the front of the pack. They're understanding. They're just not maybe quite as eager and anxious as the guy out front. Then you got this guy who's kind of looking around like, yeah, everybody's going this way, I guess I'll go that way too, right? And then you've got, your people in the middle. Some of them look like they're moving at a pretty good pace. Some of them are just kind of moseying. This woman, I think, thought it was bring your daughter to work day. You've got this guy dragging his baggage with him, and that's what you get, right? When you deal with people, you get all that stuff. And then, you've got this guy, and then maybe this guy too, that are running, they're excited, but maybe they didn't quite get it out of the gate. It took them a while for the light bulb to go on, but now they understand the need for it, and now they're in a sprint. And then you got this guy who's looking like he's pretty close to retirement age. He's just kind of putting in his time. He's thinking, man, if this is the way the company's going, I'll just, I got 6 months before I retire, and then I'm out of here, so I'll just kind of go with the flow. So that's kind of a microcosm of change in our organization, with one exception. Anybody know what the exception is? What's wrong with this picture? Yeah, everybody's going in the same direction. In real life, when you announce change, some people are going to turn and run the other way, screaming, right? So that's the one exception, but that's kind of how change happens in our organization. People generally or truly are the key, and we need to focus on that.